Hi guys, we are here with the Hanga family in Kili, 18 kilometers from Tallinn, and we will have a conversation with Karin and Tarmo about their work, their life. Two topics we will touch. One is about Karin's PhD work. She became the awarded PhD dissertation in the best of the year in Estonia. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And Tarmo is in charge, responsible for the Estonian e-voting system.
Running in e-voting system and saying a word in development process.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about you and your background. Where are you coming from originally? What is your background? We are here in this beautiful, very typical Estonian environment, a lot of green, wonderful nature. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, hello, I am Tarmo. I born in Haapsalu. I was born in Haapsalu. It's
which is in the western part of
western
Estonia.
part of Estonia, a bit smaller city than Pärnu, but also in coastline. And my mother worked at road building company with booking, and father was in the taxi business. And so when I finished high school in Haapsalu, I came same way to Tallinn, and accidentally we met in Tallinn. And funny part is that our countryside near Haapsalu seems like we met before, even we met in Tallinn, because our grandparents' relatives lived side by side.
Okay. As neighbors.
But yes,
practical
we
neighbors.
discovered it
Years after.
yeah, years after. So it was.
And Estonia is so small that it's very easy to find a connection between
Yeah,
two
connection
people.
is practically always. Oh, shoot. So, and when we met in Tallinn, then we started to build our life. When I learned at the technical university, I started to work as IT technician.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I climbed step by step on this career, and now I'm head of technological department at RIA. It's our agency, and my team is about 15 people.
What is this RIA about?
RIA is Estonian
State Informatic Agency, something
Information System Agency.
Okay.
In English. And one information system, not information systems,
Mhm.
because we count all parts of information system in country as one whole. So it's one information system agency. And I'm responsible for running our services with our team and help people to get information. For ordinary people, mostly they know us by government portal. It's észt.ee.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the place where each citizen can make some changes what they want, make some apply some services, make queries from government databases, etc. And
Okay.
you can say to the government, okay, that's my living place, or that's my will with something, whatever you need. It's it's front end for citizen for government databases.
Okay. And
Direct one.
And when it comes to elections,
Elections.
your agency is responsible to maintain.
Yes, we are responsible to run and secure e-voting part of the voting system.
Since the Estonian voting system is pretty different from the Hungarian, can you describe a little bit which way people can vote in Estonia?
You have different options. In the pre-voting time, you can call voting books at home.
Mhm.
If you have some disability or you are old enough, you can go during the pre-voting time you can vote in every places in Estonia.
So you have a so-called pre-voting time, which is
Yes.
a period of time where
Before
you
actually-
before the election days.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 1 week or 10 days.
It's about at least 7 days, but I think it's 10 days. I
Okay.
don't know exactly.
So people can cast their vote even before the election days
Yes.
Yeah.
by going to a place and voting there
Yes,
physically.
and they can pick any place. And that's the point, because maybe you are traveling somewhere,
Yeah.
or not able to come to your voting station. So, and during the pre-voting period, also that's the time for e-voting. It starts 7 days before actual voting day, and is 1 week. And during that, you can cast your e-vote whenever you want, even in Seychelles Islands if you have internet connection available. And I think it's most flexible way to give a vote. And e-voting differs from ordinary voting that you can vote as many times as you want. Only the last one comes to account.
This is very important because if someone tries to influence you,
Yes.
like bribing you, giving you
Some
money,
gift or
and
money or something.
then you say you are welcome. Give me as much money as you want. As soon as you left the house, I change
revote.
my vote.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
That's the main reason why I think it was designed that way. If somebody wants to influence you, okay, you can do it, but afterwards I can vote different. It's only my business.
Okay, a little bit about the context. When it comes to voting, e-voting, we are using this Estonian ID card,
Yes, exactly.
which is a very general, universal tool to manage all the relations with the government and the state, including elections.
Yes,
As a foreigner, I am also, as a resident of Estonia, I am also eligible to vote for municipality elections, and I did electronically. It took me 20 seconds maybe or
Yes.
something like that, and I could do this on my sofa, sitting at my laptop, and just pressing the button, and that's it.
that's it. That's the key point. But ID card infrastructure is actually the key point, or key part of the everything in the e-Estonia, because every database in government office somewhere is connected. Person
With your
is
ID card,
is identified by ID number.
Yeah.
So, and your electronic ID is also connected to your ID number. So it's very easy to mix different information systems via that value. So, and that's why we have very successful like e-services network grown up. And one keystone is in addition to the ID card is X-Road, and X-Road is basically like VPN connections between databases, but in addition you have access control list, and you have right to make queries if you have identified yourself with strong authentication methods like ID card or mobile ID.
This year you had general elections in Estonia.
Two elections.
And the European one.
Exactly.
What the statistics showed, which percentage of the society is doing the e-vote? Which way is popular in Estonia?
E-voting popularity is growing all the time, and last numbers, if I'm correct, it's about 1/3 of all voters gave vote via e-voting system. So, and I think it's going to grow a bit more, but somewhere that must be stabilized.
Yes. Okay.
I think it's like I hope that it's like 80-20, that 80% are giving vote via electronical channel, but let's see.
There is nowadays a growing concern and a lot of critics about any type of internet-based solutions due to the Cambridge Analytica scandal, due to the frequent cyber attacks, and people say that IT solutions are not safe at all. How you find the Estonian e-voting system to be safe and secure?
We built the e-voting system on top of ID card infrastructure. That means it's as safe as ID card itself. It's very short version. A longer version is that actually of course every system is vulnerable. You can attack it, but in order to manipulate votes, it's not possible because each person has unique ID card, and because of that you can't generate some random votes because each vote is
Dedicated to a person.
It's connected to the one person, and you can't just randomly generate votes. It's not possible because you don't have random ID cards. It's one-to-one connection.
How you make sure that there is no like 4 top IT guys who are running this system and just need to be bribe them or threaten them, you know?
Whatever to do.
Yeah, whatever to do to them, and they can just simply compromise the system. How you prevent this?
Beauty of the system is that we as the runner, we don't have the encryption keys. The encryption keys for the votes is divided to the many pieces and given to the voting commission. And the only voting commission that is not part of our organization is able to decrypt the votes in the election day. And practically that means that we as runner, we run it like a black box. We just ensure that the system is up and running and acting correctly. And before e-voting process, we each time when we make some changes, we order penetration tests and code analysis, etc., to be sure that nothing is compromised.
Okay.
And in addition, full voting system code is publicity available in the GitHub. Everybody who can understand how it's programmed is able to read it, comment it, find some sneaky ways through the code. So we think that to playing very openly, that means even the code is open, is the only way to be sure that everything is fine and running in perfect order.
What is the engine of this very progressive Estonian development, not only around the e-voting system, the whole e-governance? Who is driving this? Who is forcing this?
I think that our universities are producing a lot of smart guys, and one key point is that maybe our university and government agencies and private agencies are working close enough to find smartest and cheapest ways to do the things, because I think that the main driver for finding the good ways is in these cases when you don't have enough finances, you must start thinking how to solve the problem in a way what you have funds. So you can't have indefinite amount of funds. That means you must find a way how it can be solved. So ending point is that if you don't have enough money, you must think how to solve the problem. Easy.
I'm very happy to hear that universities has a large impact on that, because myself I am working at a university and there is always a huge question that what is the real role of a university? It's like a factory to educate people and giving out diplomas, or contributing to the society. And you say Tallinn Technical University has a main role.
Yes, I think because, and especially Cybernetica, it's a spin-off from Tallinn Technical University, and we work very closely with them.
Okay.
And that's maybe one key point, that work close with scientists. If you are a state agency officer or some worker, it's good to have connection between government agencies and scientists.
Okay.
And of course, good programming firms are already very key points.
E-voting became politically sensitive in Estonia. There are some argues that e-voting favors young people, geek people, and exclude those who are a bit more old-fashioned conservatives, and such way the liberal parties are benefiting from that, while conservative parties wanna even stop doing this e-voting. How do you see this political profile of the system?
Of course, if you look at the results, e-voting system gives more votes to the liberal part of the parties, but if you look at the statistics between older and younger people and different ages, it's that shows that there are representatives from all groups. That means that doesn't count how old you are or what you believe. Maybe I see that difference is bigger who uses computers and who doesn't use.
Okay.
That's the different point. And maybe those people who are using computers, they are reading more, and they maybe just, I think, make a bit different choices. Maybe they don't hear social media or just media blaming about something they think with heads.
It was a very funny statistics that when young people, even at the age 16, could vote, it didn't turn out that they
choose the e-voting.
Yeah.
But I think when you vote the very first time, it's very good to put good clothes on and walk to the voting station. First time.
Yeah, it's like a ceremony, right?
It's a ceremony, yes.
And statistics shows that the first voters, 80% of them prefer to go to the voting station and at the polling station, and they were casting their vote there.
Yes, and I think when I was 16 years old, I made a pretty same choice because
you didn't have possibility to e-vote.
Yes,
yeah.
At this time.
And that time was not 16, the age.
It was 18.
Yeah. How do you see the future? What is the next step? What are you working on as a development?
We work on the new version of a voting system, full voting system, and we want to turn this nowadays e-voting, what happens only to the on the election time. We want to turn it as a service, what works all the time.
Okay.
And why? Because maybe one side is technical side. If you have a system up and running all the time, it's much easier to maintain that.
Yeah.
To find the errors and etc. That's the technical side. And practical side is each local government has some questions to ask from citizens. And if you have a running e-voting system all the time, you can very secure way ask the questions. Do we make choice between new playground or maybe new park, or something like that? And even maybe in the university, when it's time to elect a new rector, you choose the same system for voting for the rector.
Okay.
That means that's the very same system, that's the very same security level. You don't have no doubt about that is it correctly casted or not.
Okay.
It's always running system. You can ask different questions, like universal polling station.
That sounds really great.
And we like to move that way, and I think that gives more flexibility for local governments and for different institutions. And of course, private companies can take a code and put it up and running, or offer some services to other parties to do the same.
Okay. Is there anything that we didn't touch you find important to say about the system and about its issues?
Oh, okay. I think that in Estonia, how we ended in this point, what we are now, maybe that was the very good starting position. We didn't have lot of legacy information systems.
Yeah.
So if you don't have legacy systems, you have opportunity to make big like decisions. You can make big design decisions. That means that the very same ID card decision was the exactly right time and place to do. And if I look to the other countries, they have lot of legacy on top, and that means they must to do when they want to implement something like that, they must make huge changes to the old systems. That means the changes can't be so fast like we had.
This is the way you turned your disadvantage, that you had to start the entire country from scratch, to be an advantage, that okay, then do it in a very different way.
But now we have run about 25 years. That means even we have legacy systems. To write it over and over. But it's a totally different story, and it's more like IT problem. How to run a good system and keep it fresh and up and running and secure. That's totally different story. But maybe we can touch it sometime.